Hello, my dear friends. I'm Peter Burlachenko, and I'm again with you. Female abuse, features, and science. Abuse is a wide concept. It includes the use of different kinds of violence: physical, psychological, sexual, financial, and economical. Abuse is a suppression and control. Abuse techniques are essentially manipulation. The woman attempts to get complete control over her man, force him to make decisions and perform or not perform action for her own comfort and safety. Let's look at the most common signs of female abuse. It's 1. Our verbal humiliation. Offensive, caustic phrases, and insults are the simplest and the most direct form of psychological violence aimed at undermining the victim's self-esteem. For example, I give you examples. Of women can say, "You are not much use. Your hands are in the wrong place. You are worthless husband, father, breadwinner. You have a small penis." Or she can say, "How pathetic you are," or "You are non-entity." At the same time, verbal humiliation, insult, ridicule, barbs can be not only private but also public. In this case, the victim self-esteem even more. 2. Guilt manipulation. This is a transfer of responsibility for any unpleasant situations in one's life to the victim, imposing feelings of shame and guilt on the victim of abuse. And I give you again examples. "I waste my life for you," or "Look how I live because of you." Or she can say, "Because of you, we will never have what we want." Or she can say again, "If weren't for you, I would have been able to." Manipulation of guilt is also characterized by demonstrative comparisons of one's partner with other men. They help to blame a person not directly but indirectly, increasing feelings of guilty. Again, I give you examples. "Olivia's husband is already manager," or "Jane's guy has such a cool car." "Phoebe's husband gives flowers and gifts all the time," or "In my dad's house, everything worked good," or "It would be great if we afford the same vacation as my friend's family." Depreciation is 3. An abusive woman may devalue her partner's feelings. And again, I give you examples what the women saying. "Men do not cry, be ready. Your behavior like a woos. Don't be so emotional." Or about his achievements. "Oh, well, you don't have to be smart to do that." Or "You think this is success? Oh, come on, man." Or "It could be better, but oh, well." Blackmail by relationships and exaggeration self-significance. In this case, the abusive woman attempts to demonstrate her partner her significant role in his life by humiliating his abilities and highlights his flaws. For example, again, I give you examples. "What would you do without me?" Or she can say, "Who needs besides me?" Or "If I leave you, you will get lost, you will get drunk." Or "If I divorce and you'll become non-entity." "If I divorce and leave, you will be with the children yourself." It's overprotection and pathological jealousy. It's 5. Both of these signs of abuse are connected by one thing: violations of personal boundaries, disrespect for the actions and decisions of the partner, his very personality. Examples of overprotection: control of social connections, regular questions about who the victim is in connect with, when moving away from the abusers. Uh, she can say, "Who did you talk with there?" Or checking and negative assessments of the victim's surround. Is a yours friend is kind of suspicious. Check on personal correspondence and contact lists and spying on your partners. Control of decision and actions. And you have to understand that an abusive woman regularly adjusts her man's plans, including through blackmail or pressure to feel guilty, and imposes on him her vision of his own life, from choosing a job to forming a close surround, excessive care and sacrifice. And often a woman may also perform actions that her partner did not ask her to do that, or sacrifice her own needs for sake of her husband's interests without discussing these points with him. And after that, she demands praise and respect, puts pressure on guilty. For example, I iron your clothes every morning. You could say thank you. I sat by your bed a long time, but you don't appreciate it. I sacrificed myself for you, gave up my needs, but you don't do me a favor. And emotional swings, a very common form of manipulation in abusive relationships. First, the aggressive idealizes his victim. She prays a lot. But after a honeymoon, she gradually begins to find fault with him, finds more and more flaws, also that objectively existed before. She saw that. And examples again. For example, why do you always look so sloppy? When will you start earning much more extra money? You need to go to the gym to take care of your body. The victim of such manipulations feels guilty. He was ideal, but now he is not. It means he made a mistake and it's his own fault. Therefore, a man attempts to fix his fault. For example, he agrees to unfavorable offers or unpleasant requests. So he begins ideal again. The circle closes and the situation repeats itself regularly. Double messages. It's seven. An abusive woman conveys to her partner contradictory attitudes that make the victim partner feels constant tension, uncertainty of and lack of confidence in himself and her decisions. For example, again examples. I don't care about money at all. Why do you earn so little money? Or there is no need to spend money on the flowers. I think this is all stupid. Why don't you give me flowers? Or I can solve such issues myself. I don't need that you involve in them. Why don't you help me? I love you like this. Why don't you take care of yourself? Don't you look that the way I want? Or buy something at the store. I don't care. What did you buy? This is not necessary. I wanted to something else. Blackmail with grievances instead of openly communicating her needs and desires. An abusive woman resorts to manipulation by ignoring. She demonstratively cuts off communications, does not talk or listen to her partner, and shows coldness and closeness. The partner must be confused and afraid, guess about the reasons for the offense of himself, and take some actions that are beneficial to the abuser for his rehabilitation in the eyes of his loved one. And blackmail with agreements, it means you had to have guessed it yourself. At the same time, double standards often ran in such abusive relationships. The victim must not commit actions that are acceptable for the abuser. And the abuser can express dissatisfaction and be offended, ignore it, but the victim partner cannot. Another manipulation, another abuser, another abuse. It can be intimate manipulation. It's very often. Sexual violence is typically for both male and female sex. In the case of a male abuser and a male abuser, this is the use of brute force to prone to action that are unpleasant for a woman. Manipulation of guilt and breakup. But female abusers use a different strategy. They make it clear that intimacy is not an important form of shared pleasure for both partners, but as well deserved reward for performing requests and assignments where one partner craves and enjoys intimacy and other partner is only doing a favor. This is how much intimacy turns into an instrument of influence and product of buying and selling. And the next one is a financial or economical abuse. This is violence that is based on the manipulation of popular gender's attitudes. For example, a male aggressor used domestic and reproductive abuse. You are You are a woman, so you should want to have a child, clean up the house. And the female aggressor use economic abuse. You are a man, so you must work and provide for me. Thus, an abusive woman may deliberately refuse to earn money in favor of household responsibilities. And also, the partners did not discuss this issue in advance and blame the man for the fact that this is salary is not enough to support both of them. If a victim of economic abuse tries to protest, she is specified with offensive phrases tied to gender attitudes. For example, again examples. Uh, well, what kind of man are you after that? Or it's just a shame. How can you do it? How can you think like that? And notice, when an abusive woman realizes that her partner does not agree with the terms, she doesn't try to find a compromise and doesn't go looking for a more suitable partner. Through insults, complaints, and offensive, she tries to remake her existing partner. And the next one is a physical violence. This form of violence is rarely used by female abusers, but it still happens. And is a male aggressor can use brute force because the victim is physically unable to fight, then a female aggressor does not this because the man cannot respond to her due to restraining moral and ethical guidelines. For example, in a quarrel, a woman pushed her man and slapped him in the face. These actions can be followed by restraining words that turn over the killed. For example, see what you do with me? It's your fault. Or on the contrary, provoking words. Come on, hit me. Come on, show what your ability to hit me. This is what I, what I wanted to say about female abuse in the relationship. And female abuse in the relationships can be in different level of relationship. It can be at the beginning, in the middle, and when you are become a spouse, when you become a husband and wife. Thank you for your attention.